Let me try that again. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Let me see. I'm waiting for a thumbs up. Thumbs up done for Leslie, but I'm after a thumbs up for thumbs up for sound. Yay, good news. Good news. I'm so sorry, guys. At least I didn't take long to fix it that time. Excellent. So yeah, I was trying to fix the echo because if I have a microphone, I can only have one audio, okay? And I have a camera, which is my phone, my iPhone, and then I have the webcam for my face for this part of it, and I switch over to the phone when I use my desk. But I can only receive audio in one source, which means I have to turn off the sound on my computer so that I can just use the sound on my phone. And the sound on the phone is fine, but if there's even a tiny bit of volume left on the computer, you get both and you get the echoes. So it took me a while to work that out at the beginning, and then tonight I did turn off the echo and I turned off the computer, and then for some reason when I went live it came back on, and so then I was trying to switch between and I forgot to add the phone back in. Sorry. Anyway, we got there in the end. Sound double screen. Have you still got a double screen, Jody? So I had to bring the other screen back in so I could get the sound coming through the other audio source. Anyway, all right, so let's get going tonight. I have got something new and fun to show you, something you haven't, well, something I haven't shown you before. You might have seen it, but I haven't shown you. And in fact, I only opened the box today, which means I haven't even played with these products yet, and we're just going to be, like usual, making it up as we go. But you guys can help me with all the big decisions because that's how we like to do it, right? Single screen on Facebook. Should be a single screen everywhere, I'm hoping, and I'll switch over to the other screen very shortly. Okay, yes, cool, that's right. All right, so I've been busy today working on my craft along videos for tomorrow. This is all the alternate projects for tomorrow's live video. So if anyone is free tomorrow afternoon, Sydney time, 2 p.m, wherever in the world you are, you're very welcome to watch. You can craft along if you wish, but if you don't wish to craft along, you can just watch and maybe craft later. Whatever you like to do. I know a lot of people seem to prefer that. They like to watch the first time and maybe chat and comment, and then when they re-watch it, that's when they do their crafting. So hello everyone. I see we've got lots of hellos, and I'm so sorry if I'm very sorry I haven't gone through and welcomed everybody individually tonight, and I don't like doing that. I like to say hello to everyone else, but I know that if I say hi to everyone, we'll be here for quite a while and then we don't get our crafting in. So there you go. Oh, that does sound yummy, Jody. That's yum. Yeah, I think using the slow cooker for soup is fantastic, but if you roast your vegetables first, the flavor is out of this world. If you just throw them into the slow cooker, it's okay, but roast them first. Absolutely. All right, so shall we go? I'm going to switch over to the desk, so give me a second. I'll bring my camera in and we'll see if we can get it reasonably straight, because that helps. I don't like things to be crooked, you know this. And let's switch over. All right, can everyone see that okay? Is that okay? I think that's good. All right, got these are my AirPods, and I notice things like to stick to them because they're magnetic. And these ones were a gift from Stampin' Up last year when we had our Maui trip cancelled, and so they sent us all the gifts, and this was one of the gifts from last year's trip. I do have gifts for this year's trip to show you because they arrived last week, but I haven't done it yet because I don't want to spill the beans and spoil it for any demonstrators who might not have received their boxes yet. So if I'm deciding, I was thinking about doing it tonight, but I'm thinking maybe I'll wait till Sunday night. I'm not sure. If you're desperate to see them tonight, I'll show you. But otherwise, we can wait till Sunday. But let's see how we go. So here's a new set that I have just got, and this is in the new catalog, and it is called Earthen Elegance is the name of the DSP, and therefore the suite takes its name from the DSP, or the Designer Series paper, for anyone who doesn't know that. And there's also some really nice, I don't know what to call it. Do we call it twine? what's it called? It's called Wavy Trim. Can you see it? It's kind of like, it's like, oh, hang on, try and get it in the right place. It's like jute, like string, but it's a really interesting kind of woven design. It's called Wavy Trim, and that's part of the suite as well. So let's have a little play. I did also get some other things which I thought, oh, I could probably use those with this Earthen Elegance. These are the new in color jute trim, like a really thick string, and they're in all the new colors. So I got those to see how they would be. They could be fun to work with, and they'd probably go nice with this set as well. So one of the reasons I got this set was because I wanted to be able to use it to show off the new colors, because all the new colors are in the paper. Okay, you've been eyeing this, have you? Well, let's have a play with it tonight, Katrina, and anybody else who's been looking at it. So the wavy trim is here. Where is it? It's shown here on page 142. Okay, and then it's actually over the page here. It's called Natural 1/4 inch or 6.4 millimeters, which doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? 1/4 inch wavy trim is what it's called, and it's in Australia. That's there's 9.1 meters of it on the roll, so it's quite a lot, but it's $12.25 Australian. So I really like it, and that was one of the reasons I would have bought that even if I didn't buy the suite. So Earthen Elegance, I'm just looking up for the page number. Earthen Textures is the name of the stamp set, and that's on page 71. So let's have a quick look. Here it is. You get to get, it's actually really, I'm glad they gave it the name Earthen Elegance, because the first word that comes to my mind when I see this stuff is earthy. Okay, and that's how I feel about a lot of our new in colors. They're kind of earthy, right? So I think everyone's seen them by now. These are the in colors: Pebble Path, Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Moody Mauve, and Boho Blue. They're our 5 new colors this year. Now, that's not counting the new colors that have been added to the main collection, but these are the 5 new colors. All right, and they're really, really nice. I got my my markers today, so I got these to go with them, because I find it really, really handy to be able to use markers for certain things, and I really like them. So, but there's been a mixed response to the colors. So some people have, and the color that seems to be causing the most controversy is Wild Wheat. People either really like it or they really don't. Okay, and it's really interesting. Yeah, it is like a braid, Glenda. That's right. Very, very similar. So I think, and like the color of this wavy trim is kind of like, it's kind of like crumb cake, isn't it? So I think crumb cake is a color that would go well with this suite as well, even though it's not one of the colors in the paper. In fact, the neutrals in the paper, there's grey granite. Look how nice this is. Can you see it? It's really lovely. And I thought it looked nice, maybe wrapped around one of the urns or the vases, pots. What do we call them? Urns, glass, vases, pots, whatever, something like that. So there's 2 urns or vases in the stamp set, and then there's a number of different shapes and ferns and containers and things in the die set, which is down here. Okay, so I'll show you those in just a second. All right, let me just pop these back for a second. So when I went looking for, well, what will I get first? There's 2 reasons I bought this set. I mean, I did like the images and I really like the paper, but the 2 main reasons I bought it, first of all, because all of the in colors are in there. Okay, Purple Path, Copper Clay, Moody Mauve, Boho Blue, even though Boho Blue isn't listed here, Misty Moonlight is, and Pretty Peacock, which is also not an in color. But if you look on the back of the pack, where it oh, hang on, get myself in a mess already. On the back here, it doesn't say Boho Blue, but the Boho Blue and the Misty Moonlight are not that far apart. So to me, I don't think it's freezing. Does anyone else having the problem with the video freezing? Because I think it's more likely to be your connection, Nairi. I'm so sorry to say that. I hope not. Everyone's saying hello to everyone, which is lovely. I'm just reading through the comments, trying to catch up. It's really hard to actually work and keep up with the comments. I understand why people have a moderator to go through the comments for them, because it's a lot easier. But how nice is this paper? Let's have a look at it. So wild wheat's not listed in here either, but you most certainly, it would go, definitely. Okay, it's a color that's going to work with these colors. So this is Misty Moonlight in here. Let's look at this. See how it's sort of a grungy, kind of a grungy pattern? Let's see if I can get it to focus properly. And then like lots of textures. It almost looks 3D, doesn't it? And that is what it's meant to look like. This is definitely Moody Mauve. And on the back of that, we've got, oh, look at that. It's kind of like a, almost like an Aztec-y kind of a design. Yeah. Like the trim. So other people are not having the freezing problem. Yeah, wild wheat is growing on me too. It's probably my least favorite of the in colors, even though I like them all. And I love how they look all together. But as you said, then when I first saw it, I wasn't real sure. And it's definitely grown on me as well. And I like how it looks with the other colors. Oh, look at this. See, there's your pretty peacock. Isn't that nice? Love, love, love this color. And this is really, that's got like a real terracotta. So that's your copper clay, like a real terracotta-y kind of a color. And it would look really nice to cut one of the vases out of this paper. And I think that's maybe what we might do. We might cut vases out of the paper and rather than stamping them. I'm not sure, but let's see what happens. And on the back there, we've got more of that kind of Aztec-y design, but it's quite distressed. This one's nice. Doesn't that look nice? Can you see how lovely that? It's very textury. And then on the back, this is actually my favorite one in there. I think that's beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So you could have either the darker at the top or at the bottom. I think I like it at the top, but just really nice. Depends what you want it for. That's beautiful, that paper. And then this one, which is super interesting. Now, was it on here? Yes. See here, they've actually used some of that paper for the urn. So it actually looks like it's like it's been put into a kiln and the glaze has been allowed to fall or roll down the outside of the container. It's really nice. Isn't that lovely? They've got some really nice samples here, actually. They're very inspiring. I like this one, I think, the best. That is a pebbled path background. Let's see if I can get it closer. Pebbled path background. And then they've used the top. There's a die. Actually, let me open up the dies. Is it this one? No, that's the wrong set. That's the, I've got the Let's Go Shopping dies there instead of the Earthen Elegance ones. I brought the wrong ones over to the table. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go grab the other dies. Well, that was silly. I'll show you the shopping, the Let's Go Shopping stuff another time. That was my first pick out of the whole catalogue. It's the one I like the best. Right, here's my Earthen Elegance textured, Earthen textured dies. And then I've got these too. Have to show you because they're so beautiful. Tell me if you don't like this. All right, we ready? Does anyone not like this? I'll be super surprised if anyone doesn't like this. How gorgeous are these? This is called Gorgeous Garden, appropriately. So beautiful. One with leaves and one with flowers. I love them. So nice. Cannot wait to use them. You will definitely see me creating all sorts of stuff with these because I just think they're beautiful. So super, super gorgeous. So just brought that to show you, but cannot wait to play around with those. Haven't even put them through my die cut machine yet, but I cannot wait to do it. All right, so I want to show you these. By the way, this set is cling, so that is rubber. I haven't even put in this, like I said, this is brand new. I haven't even opened any of these yet. I like this thank you. You see that? Isn't that nice? With the A and the O, I've got an underline. I just think it's really nice. Nice, simple little stamp set. Nice, simple words. All right. Here's our die. So this little guy here is to put at the top. So you've got like a little carry. You can put this at the top of your pot. So you put this on top of this one, and that's what they've done here. Can you see they've put it at the very top of that earthenware pot. I don't know if they've used it on any of the others. I don't think they have, but I really liked that idea. And they have done what I was talking about here. They've actually cut one of the vases out of that paper, and it's gorgeous. So it looks instantly textured. And you can see they've also used the trim. They've wrapped it around. I think if you're going to use the trim to wrap around, you'll want to do that to cardstock, because you'll need the extra weight, because otherwise if you try and wrap it around DSP, it's going to bend. So do they have a cutting edge all around them? Do you mean the little white space? My understanding is no. Okay, I'll show you that, because the interesting thing is I saw somebody make a note about this, and oh, look at that. That's just like a texture-y kind of an embossed. You're going to get an embossed feeling with that one. That's really nice. And I love this leaf. Super, super cool. All right. So my understanding is that the images in this set, let's put one together. I really like a couple of these vases. And I'm going to take the backing off. Now, I think many of you have actually seen, deciding which is the, okay, so that way. This is how I put my stamps together, and many of you have seen this before, but if you have not seen this before, it's going to change your life, and I'm not even kidding, okay? Because I know a lot of people struggle to put the labels onto the stamps and to get them perfectly lined up. So this is how I do it. I find there's always a split. There's always a split at the back, and I made a video about this, and it's one of my most watched ever videos. So simple. All right, so the split is on the back there, and I've kind of just dog-eared it so that later it's easier for me to find the split again. All right, then I'm going to peel the whole label off. Okay, so the backing comes too. Can you see that there? And then I'm going to put it on a block, and I'm going to pop it down so that the split is up towards me. Those little dog-eared bits are up towards me, and I've stuck it to my block. Can you see it there? Now, if I look at this side, there's a little bit of a divot down the bottom here, and that matches up with the divot that's down here. So I can see which is the top and which is not. So this is the bottom. And then what you're going to do is you're going to peel this off. All right, just making sure I have got that the right way. Yes, I do. Okay, then I'm going to flip the whole thing over, and I'm going to line it up. And you may find it easier at this point to stand up. And you're going to line that up. And you get perfect placement because you can see straight through that block. All right, so now our block is on. You can take it off, or you could use it right now and stamp it. So let's do that, shall we? I'm thinking for this one that I'm going to use vanilla rather than, and I've got a piece of vanilla here. So let me just cut, because I want to show you how the dies work with these stamps, because this is a little different, I guess. I'm going to make it 8.5, 9 centimeters wide, because I want it to be able to fit through my mini cut and emboss machine. And I'm thinking for this one that I might work with the copper clay to give it a nice terracotta pot kind of a look, right? So I'm going to ink it up. And we don't need a mat underneath because we have foam with these rubber stamps. We don't need to worry about the extra layer of a mat. That's only for the photopolymer ones. All right, can you see how that stamps? Really, really nice. A lot of texture to it. All right. All right, so now if I'm going to come over here and use my die is actually smaller than my stamp. So you can sort of just see the edges of the stamp around that. You can just see it poking out here. Can you see that? And that means we do not get any white edge around our stamp like we're used to. Now, I'm still deciding. I don't mind the white edge. I quite like it. But I know other people are very excited about this and they're like, wow, we like that because we don't like the white edge. But I do. I like it. So does anyone have any strong feelings one way or the other about that? It's still going to look lovely when we put this through. And it is easy to line up because you can see the edges of the stamp. Oop. Try again. And I'm just going to grab my other plate. I'm going to pop that through and wind it. You're used to bright and happy. Well, last year's colours were super, super bright and very happy. And to be honest, I'm really rather relieved to have something a little softer and grungier to work with. Can you see what I'm talking about now? We do not have any white edges on this. So, but we have a nice clear image. It looks terrific, right? Right, let's do that one. I'm going to very quickly, in the same way I just did the last one, I'm going to put this stamp together, but I'm going to not do it with all the commentary this time. I'm just going to put it together really quickly. So give me a second. Just need to find the... So I'm just going to do it. There we go. Done and together. So I'm thinking, what color will I do this one? I might do this one. I want it to be a different color. This is more terracotta. So I'm thinking maybe I go with, maybe I go with like a gray granite. Let's try that because gray granite is one of the colors in this. Let's see how that works. And then I'm thinking maybe putting a pretty peacock top on it. So we'll see how that looks. Actually, I'll do a pretty peacock one as well, just in case I decide I don't like the grey granite. I don't know. See, isn't pretty peacock? That's such a nice color. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy it's back. So, so happy. This color was one of my favorites when we had it years ago as an in color, and I was really sad when it left us. And I'm so glad it's back. So I've got a strip here. I think this will be wide enough, and I'm just going to cut with my piece here. I'm going to cut the top because what I'm thinking about doing is putting a top on this little guy here like this. And I thought if I do that in pretty peacock, or I could do it out of a piece of the paper, but no, I'm just going to do it with this, and let's see how we go. Did everyone notice too, these days Stampin' Up puts something really handy that you might not know. If ever you're wondering what what die set a particular die is from, the number is on the back. Okay, so it says Stampin' Up and the item code. All right, that's really handy so that if you find a mystery die, you've got a bit of an inkling of what it might be, and you can always pop it into the ordering system and see if it matches a number that's still current too. So handy. We like that. All right, so let's see how this looks. Obviously, these ones are too small to put anything on, but the bigger ones have it. The framelets don't. Well, that one doesn't. So not all of them. So just some. I think it's good that in this case you've got a smaller one that has that, because otherwise you'd probably be struggling to know what it goes with. All right, so I'm deciding. I'm going to put this one back on here. You think pretty peacock? Yeah, I know. I love it. Isn't that a great color? You could still fussy cut it if you want the white edges. Yeah, you could. But I think it's nice that they've done something with a little bit of a difference. Okay, this is different this time. And you could fussy, yeah, I would fussy cut it if I wanted the white edges, if I could be bothered fussy cutting, because sometimes you just don't want to, right? All right, so let's grab this one, which is the right die for this, and let's pop this in here. Now, you notice I'm using my boho mini, my boho blue mini, which is one of our new in colors. This particular machine was available back in January and February as a joining special for people that wanted to join. However, it is now available because they have some left until stocks run out. It's available to customers to buy, and if you do like it, it is cheaper than the normal mini cut and emboss machine by $5. So this is 110. The normal white one is 105, but this one is 100. Sorry, what was I saying? 115 for the white one. Sorry, beg your pardon. Got that round the wrong way. All right, pop that right there. Let's roll it through. All right, so we're getting some pieces together and they're starting to look good. And then I could put, if I wanted to, I could put this on top of here, which would look rather nice. Can you see that? Or we could put it on top of the peacock one, which should also look nice. And we can put it right on the very top, or we can put it down a little bit. You can have it taller or not so tall. All right. Now I'm thinking maybe we need an in-between because that's quite tall and this one is a lot shorter. And I'm thinking a third one would be good. The other thing is you could chop this off. Okay, you could make this a short, like a little pot down in the front, which that could be nice. We could do that. Or we could cut one out of our beautiful paper if we wanted to as well. Remember we were talking before about how nice that glazed paper is? I rather like that. All right, this one. This is the one I mean. I'm thinking I would like to. So I'm thinking. What do you guys think? A little short one in the front, or do we want another, like an in-between size, a medium one maybe? Maybe this is the short one. Maybe this one here. And then we have another one here at the back. And we do it out of one of the, and we could do the glazed paper, or the two choices I would be making for my color choices would either be this one, or the other one I really like is this one, because I think that's really nice too. So those would look really good, and so would the glaze. What do we think? Do we want to go with the glazed pot, or do we want to go with I don't know, this, what we call that, stripy? It's kind of stripy. What do you think? Oh, I don't know, Cherie. I don't think they would. I don't think they'd ever care to give them any business. Close the ink pad, please. Really? I don't have an ink pad open. Did I have an ink pad open that was distressing somebody? I'm sorry about that. All right, so we're saying the glaze. All right, glazed, and we're going to go with, well, some people saying stripy, but yeah, glazed. Glazed seems to be the most common response there. All right, so I'm thinking this one maybe, and then we can do the glaze one. All right, so let me cut this. Let me move this out of the way for a moment. I'll have to bring it back in a second. And I'm just going to get my trimmer. Goodness me, I'm making a mess tonight. What is wrong with me? Oh. All right, but because this is going to be going through my mini cut and emboss, I want to, I'm just going to cut it this way. Actually, not even. I'm going to go that way. This is probably going to be big enough. Move these out of the way. I've been like this all day, working in a big mess all day long, and I just don't know what quite is going on. But anyway, And this one, let's bring this back in. And I'm thinking we'll do the smaller pot. And I'm going to cut it down maybe, or maybe I don't. Maybe I... We'll see. Let's see how this goes. I like the addition of Pretty Peacock with this range of colours. I think it lifts it straight away. It's Pretty Peacock is not, I wouldn't call it a bright colour, but it instantly lifts just about everything. Look how cool that is. Look at that. Isn't that nice? All right, so I'm deciding how these are going to appear on my page. Let me straighten up my surface. I'll put these over here for a moment. And I'm deciding whether I want to have this on a vanilla background or whether I want to go with a darker color. Maybe a darker color? We could put, so in the colors of the paper, what was the lightest color we had there? Let's have a quick look at the back of the paper. Copper clay, grey granite, maybe grey granite. Moody Mauve, Pebble Path, Pecan Pie, Pretty Peacock. I'm actually wondering whether we go with Crumb Cake, actually, because I think that might be rather nice. Crumb Cake is such a useful colour. And see, that's going to work in with our other colours as well. So I'm kind of tempted to do that. My other alternative to that would be grey granite. That would be my next choice. So that would be this one. So what do you think? Bear in mind we've got these kind of colours. We could do it here on the grey granite, which looks really nice, or we could do it on the crumb cake. What do we think? You like the stamps and dies, but not the DSP. That's okay, Jody. Absolutely fine. Yes, some stamping off is a great idea, Sean. That's a really great idea. Hi there, Jan from Florida. Nice to see you. Welcome. Tampa. I've not been to Tampa. I've been to Orlando and I've been to Fort Lauderdale to get on a cruise. We stayed there overnight, but that's all. I haven't been to Tampa. I've sailed past Miami, but not been there. Grey granite, that seems to be the one that people are like, although Nairi was first and Nairi said crumb cake. Oh, crumb cake, grey granite, grey granite. Okay, crumb cake it is, because that's what everyone's saying. So let's go there. I think the colours in the glaze one look really good with the grey granite. Okay, I am going to cut a card front piece. So this is going to be 14.3 by 10. That's centimeters I'm talking in at the moment. I'm sorry if centimeters is not your jam, but this would be your normal card front size. So in the US, that size is 5 1/4 by 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so let me have a little look here. Now I'm deciding whether, I think I'd like this one at the front because it seems to, and then this one's going to have a top on it, remember? So that one's going to look like it's taller. So, all right, so let's put this, first of all, I'm going to give this background a bit of treatment. So I'm grabbing a blending brush because I would like to give it a little bit more color in the background. And I'm deciding whether I stick with the grey granite or whether I'm going to pull in another color like crumb cake. Let's try crumb cake and see what happens. My crumb cake has been, the case of the crumb cake has not weathered well. It looks green. Look at that. Look how green that is. It looks like mint macaron, but it's crumb cake. Believe me. The ink is still the right color, so that's all that really matters, just the packaging that's changed color over time. I've had this one since we first got them. So, all right, so let me see if I can darken up the background here a little bit. My crumb cake might need a bit more ink, actually. It's not terribly inky, but that's okay. I'll just give it a run for a couple of times. Now, don't worry if you like this is a bit blobby because our vases are going to go in front. So you don't need to worry about that. All right, there's a bit of color going on there. So let's see how that's going to look. Oh, this one's going to go next to that. And then this one's going to go down in front. All right, I think that's, I might move them apart a little bit more. And the other thing is we can either use dies or we can use stamps. We have the leaves that will go inside. So that's another thing to think about. Where do I want to put my leaves? Do I want them to be, if I were going to have leaves, say, coming out of this one, which would be nice, or I could actually die cut the leaves and put them in that way. So I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Anyway, either way, I've decided now I've got them there. I want a bit more color, so I'm going to add some more. Let's get a bit of a wider blob of background color. And I'm going to play with these a lot more over the next, over the next few weeks. You'll see me using them a bit because I like to get lots and lots of well, I put that one, I think I'll put this one down flat. So let's go ahead and grab this. So yeah, I do like to use them multiple times in lots of different ways and show you lots of different ways to get good uses out of them. The whole point of me showing you something like this is so that when you, is that the right way? Yes, it is. When you want to use it yourself, you have some confidence. You think, okay, now I know what I want to do with it. I've got some ideas for how I'd like to use this set. And the whole point is, if you see multiple ways to use a set, you're going to have a lot more confidence using that set. I'm going to put that one right next to this. You could do the background, and for another video I absolutely will emboss that rope kind of looking piece. I'll do that because I think that's really nice. Okay, here's our piece of, and I want to have this one sitting right so you can sort of see where it matches up with the outside of the urn. So where those two edges meet these two edges, that's where you want it to sit. So I'm just going to whack a bit of multi-purpose glue behind that. Just going to position that and give it a bit of a hold in place so it gets good stick. And then we've got this little guy, which is going to go down in front. So he'll be a little bit lower. And for him, I'm going to put him on dimensionals. So let me just grab my dimensionals. It's nice on the back too. Look at that. That's nice. I'm going to pop that there and there. All right, it's starting to take shape. It's nice. Oh, that's all right, Ellen. You're never too late. That's completely fine. Ah, look at you two talking about tennis and stuff. I love that. Yeah, Cookie's always happy. I don't know why he is. I feel really sorry for him sitting up there sometimes. He doesn't get nearly as much love and attention as he should, but he's a good boy. All right, so because I've already put this on here, I'm thinking I want to cut a leaf perhaps with, let me just move some things. I'm getting myself in a mess here. All right, so this one's way too big. I'm not going to use that, but I'm thinking maybe this single leaf here might be nice. Or I could, yeah, I'm thinking maybe, because see how this one would look? I could pop that in there and have it going off to one side, but then it's going to cover up some of this. So, I mean, I can have it going this way too. I don't know. What do we think? Don't forget, it won't be as bulky because of the leaves. Well, let's cut it out. Let's cut it out and see how it goes. And I'm thinking maybe for this, maybe some Mossy Meadow, or yeah, I think Mossy Meadow would be a good color choice. Is there any greens in this apart from the Pretty Peacock, which is kind of a bluey green, isn't it? See, this is the color I'm thinking this might work. Let me see. Good night, Sean. Thanks for joining us tonight. A vellum leaf. Well, that would be good. Maybe, yeah, it does look like Winnie the Pooh's pot. That could be, we could color that yellow and make it honey. That'd be cool. You could do that. Oh, that's giving me an idea. Yeah, really good for masculine cards, definitely. And you could just play with all the textures, and I think that's what makes it special. A vellum leaf is a good idea. And I'm still thinking about that idea. Maybe I'm going to cut this leaf and then we can make a decision, right? So let's put this on here. I'll put it this way and grab my top plate. I loved playing tennis when I was younger too. I haven't played for a long time. I would like to play again, actually. I think tennis is one of those games I never found. It's good exercise, but not. I found, like, when I played netball for a while, netball's really constant running, and I found I was really out of shape to play that. Tennis is a little bit more standing around. But okay, so this is the Merry Merlot leaf, and I want to show you how that looks. Okay, that's how that would look if I put that on there like this. I don't mind the Merry Merlot with this. I think it's rather nice. So maybe we go this way so we don't lose as much of our, I don't know. I'd have to play around and decide how I want it to go. Maybe we go straight up. I don't know. No, not straight up, definitely. And I think the stem is a little bit long, so I'm going to chop it because I'll be hiding the bottom of it anyway. But I'm thinking maybe on an angle like that. What do you guys think? Or does it look wrong? Do we like it better without the leaf? Or should we go with a vellum leaf? Because that was Ellen's suggestion, and I think it's a really, really good one. Well, you know, vellum, I decided vellum is part of my branding, really, because you guys, people see vellum and they think of me. And if they're not thinking of me, they're thinking of Ellen, because Ellen does vellum a lot too. Oh, hello. Is it, how do I say it? Is it Hila or Hyla? How do I pronounce it? They don't play netball over there, Jan? Ah. All right. So that's what if I don't go with a vellum leaf, I'm thinking this color works quite well. Okay. So it's rather nice, isn't it? I like the leaf. The leaf is good. Right, then what else do we have? We have some really nice sentiments in here that we could put over in this section. I mean, it's going to be a pretty simple card, but I'm actually thinking about something. All right, here I go. I've got an idea. I'm going to go around my, you know what? I'm going to totally mess up the system, and I'm going to cut off the end of my card because I just had an idea what I want to do. All right, I'm going to cut this at 11 centimeters. Yep, I'm doing it. I'm cutting this bit off. And I'm going to have this on here's a card base. Just have to trust me. I'm just had an idea of what I want to do with this. Sometimes you have a flash of, I don't know what we call it, creative something. So this is going to end up on here, and then I've got this space here. And then I'm going to have a greeting on a label or something like that. Is there any labels? I don't think there is any labels in this set. We've got lots of labels in the sets, so that's not a problem. That's okay. And I haven't even used the twine yet, and I'd like to. I'd like to use the twine because I think it's beautiful. Well, it's not twine. What are we calling it? We're calling it... See, isn't that nice? Look at that. And you could just pop that across this little guy here. Actually, now I'm looking at this. He's crooked. I don't want him crooked. I want him straightened up. There we go. So this is going to go on here. Let me grab my little... So I'm not going to wrap it around because it's DSP. It's quite flimsy. So I'm going to put that... I'm going to put that on with a glue dot or two. And I'm also going to go around this piece with some crumb paper ink. So let's pop this on here on a glue dot. So some of you know I'm going away at the end of next week. It's a week tomorrow, and I cannot believe it because I am so not ready to go. I'm like completely unprepared. No one who knows me well is going to be very surprised. I've got lots and lots and lots to do, including deciding on what my swap is going to be for the trip and actually sitting down and cutting it up. So that's going to be a bit of fun and games because I still have to do that. But I've got a million other things that I want to do as well before I go. So I'm going to drag this. There we go. That's good. I'm going to drag this through my ink pad. And yep, that looks good. And that's going to go here. And then I'm going to bring in something else. I got these also in my box today, and I'm busting to use them. This is shimmer paper, guys. This beautiful, fine, is it shimmer or glimmer? Soft, it's called soft shimmer paper. And the colours are Berry Burst. How beautiful is it? Berry Burst, Bubble Bath, which is that light pink. It's a little bit similar here to Fresh Freesia, but it is more pink than purple. Lost Lagoon, Night of Navy, and guess what colour? Pretty Peacock. So that's what I'm going to play with because I really, really, really like this. And let's see how much room do I need. All right, so that piece is going to go here. I'm going to go... Probably, let's try 1 1/4. We might need to cut it down to 1 1/8, but that's okay. I love this. So I'm going to go 1 1/4. I'm going to just cut it straight off the piece here. And if that's too much, I'll take it down to 1 1/8. But you're better off starting with a little bit too big than, you know, it's like getting a haircut. You can't add it back on once it's cut, right? What new bug? We don't like that. Oh, the highly contagious one is called vellum circles, vellum squares, and vellum triangles. Look out tomorrow. One of my craft along projects has a vellum square. It does. And yes, there is one that has a vellum circle as well, but vellum squares are also starting to be seen in some of these creations. I love that, Cherie. That's awesome. All right, so this piece here, I could get away with that at 1 1/4, but I really like to take off. I'm going to take off a tiny, tiny bit more, probably about another 1/16, because I don't want to lose much. I just want a little bit more of a gap. So I'm going to go with 1/16 less. Goodness me, that's almost not worth talking about, is it? There we go. Oh crap, I just moved. Oops, sorry, shouldn't say that. I just did it wrong. Now I took off too much. I'll have to save that for another card. That's okay. let's try that again, shall we? Go back this way. Well, that was silly. That's more like it. That's how much I meant to take off, not that other big piece. Where's Michelle tonight? Have we seen her? I saw her mocking me on the demonstrator planning place, which is a Facebook group for demonstrators. And I saw her mocking me for using a vellum circle over there. And I thought, yep, you guys know me well. All right, so I am going to like the pretty peacock piece, I think. What do you think? And then we need to have a sentiment. It needs some texture, or it needs something. I'm just looking to see if I hadn't already put these down. Oh, I could. No, it's okay. I'm just going to leave it as it is. All right, this piece is going to go down. So anybody else excited about the soft shimmer paper? Love, love, love it. It's so good. Oh, Jen, that's okay. Have a great day at work. I hope it's a good one. As good as it can be. I know, the shimmer's divine, Jody. It's just so beautiful. And then this is going to go in here. I just had to use it. So it suddenly occurred to me when I was making this. Oh, I know, you know, I'm looking for opportunities to use the shimmer. A vellum fringe, did you say? Have I missed something? What vellum fringe? Oh, let's put that straight. All right, so this is where we're at right now. It's got, see, it's all shiny. Shiny, shiny. We like shiny. And I'm thinking this is going to go in here. And then we need a greeting, of course. So I'm thinking I have got, oh, but I haven't got any in. I'll need to cut. Where's that piece I had a moment ago? I'm going to need to cut myself a vanilla label. I'm just looking to see where that piece was. Here it is. There's enough room here to make a label. What label will we have? I could use the, you know, I'm really, really loving the Cheerful Daisies stamps and dies, and they're what I'm using tomorrow for Craft Along. If you can join us tomorrow, it's just really lovely to have people stopping in and watching what we're doing and chatting, and yeah, it makes everything go nice when people are here to chat. Okay, deciding what label to use. And I think, see, this is the label from the Cheerful Daisies. I'm just going to see, that would look okay. Okay, that would be nice. Or I could have it down the bottom. We could have it in the middle. I don't know. But I would want it in vanilla, not in white, which is what I have right here. So let me grab that label. I'm just going to make sure that will this thank you fit on the label? It would, but only just. But it would fit. Or there's also a simple one that just says with gratitude. That's really nice. But I do like this thank you. I really like it. I think it's going to be well used. All right. Now I'm looking for the stickers, the labels to put on the back. If I can't find it, of course, easily, I'll just stamp anyway. But here they are. Found them. All right. I'm not going to do the commentary this time. If you haven't seen me do this before, my suggestion is I've got a really good video about this, about how to put your stamps, the labels on your stamps, and how easy that is. Let me grab that. And even if you've seen it before, it's a good reminder. Make sure I've got it down the right way. And there we go, just like that. All right, so I'm going to stamp on this, and I think I will do it. Shall we do it in the Pretty Peacock? What do you think? Pretty Peacock for the sentiment? What do you think? I think so. I think that's the one. So let's just stamp that right there. See what I mean? It's really nice font, like this. I'm a bit of a font person. I love seeing lots of different fonts used in different ways. I'm wondering whether we could also do like the tailor-made tags. That would be nice. But then I'd need to find a ribbon. Oh no, we've already got this. So I don't want to use the tags because I don't really want more twine or ribbon or anything on there than what I already have. So I'm looking for a really good label. What do you guys think? Something simple, like maybe one of the stylish shapes, maybe. That would be good. Or a good punch as well. Oh, you know what? I've just had a thought. Okay. I think I know what I want to do. I don't even want to use my die cutter for this. Oh, right, with the beautiful balloons dies. You know what? I don't have that. That was one thing I did not get in pre-order. All right, so I've just cut it here to the top. And I'm going to cut, I'm making this 3/4 of an inch. All right, just like that. So it's a simple label. Now you could just use it like that. You know, you could put it right here and that would actually look really nice. Don't you think? But we can, if we wish, add a banner and do flag the ends with the good old, oh, I hope this is still current. I'm pretty sure it is. I didn't take it out because I took all my things that were being retired out. So I'm pretty sure it's still current. But I'm just going to slide this in as far as it will go. So it has a channel that does 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 1 inch strips. Okay, and this is 3/4. So I can just check over here in the back and make sure that, yep, it's where it should be. And just flag that end and it's perfect. Turn it around, slide this in, do the other end, check it. And that one is also going to be perfect. Now I'm a tiny bit closer at this side than I am at this side. So I might just do this one more time just to even them up a little. There we go. Just like that. And then this is going to end up right here. Now I think this would look nice with maybe a little bit of Pretty Peacock ink around the edges. So I'm just going to grab my Pretty Peacock ink. Oh, Pretty Cake, maybe not. Maybe I'll use grey granite instead. That might be better. Or crumb cake. Maybe crumb cake, because we didn't end up putting any grey granite in, did we? So let me grab a sponge dauber and my grey crumb cake, and let's zip around the edges with that. So I'm just going to I'm glad someone's, thank you so much for saying that, because every time I do it, I think, oh, I've shown this a million times before, but nearly every single time somebody lets me know that it's useful and they haven't seen me put the stickers on the stamps like that before. Very, very easy way to do it. And like I said, I've got a more in detail video out there that you may find useful. All right, so I'm going to put some dimensionals behind here, and we're going to call this card finished and done. And I'm going to go put that right about there. And you know what? It does need something. And I think I know what it needs. It needs a bit of what do we call it? Dottage. Is that dottage? So I don't think we have any dotty stamps in these. I don't think we do. No, we don't. All right. Instead, we have them in a couple of other stamp sets. Let me grab another. My favorite dottage stamp, and I know Cherie loves it when I call it dottage. Well, I think I got it from you, and I think you got it from Ruth. Is that right? So this one is my favorite, the Quiet Meadow, which is really nice. Also, this is a new set. I haven't used it yet. Only arrived today, and it's got some nice little dots in it there as well. But I think maybe they're a little bit too close together for what I want to have in this card. So here, I'm actually going to do these ones. I think if I thought to do it before I put the pots down, I would have also done some of this text, but I'm not going to do it now that I've already got them in place. So let me just actually grab a different one. All right, and I'm deciding, do I want them very understated, so maybe like in crumb cake or grey granite, or do I want them more outstanding like the pretty peacock? And I'm thinking maybe more backgroundy. So let me start with the crumb cake, because we can always work up to something different if we want to. All right. I'm going to go right here in this edge. Yep, it looks good. The crumb cake is good. Right, just a little bit of dotting happening there, and I think that really lifts it quite a bit. And I'm going to call that finished. What do you think? Oh, we need bling. We didn't put any bling on. Does it need bling? This is the question. And if it does, I think I know the perfect bling to use. I think we should go with the brush metallics for this. What do you think? Do we like that idea? So that's these. All right, we could use the, I think either the gold, there's copper, and there's bronze, the three colors. And they're all really, really nice. I like them all, but I'm not sure. What do you guys think? There's also another option would be the rustic metallic dots. So I think either these rustic ones or these brush metallics. What do people think? Do you like the idea? Copper. Yes, that's a good point. That is so true. The Queen Bee set, and I love that sort of grungy type in the Queen Bee set. Beautiful. And I've still got that. The Queen Bee set, for anyone who's wondering what's happened to it, it hasn't retired. It's not in our new catalogue, but this is the one you're talking about. Isn't that gorgeous? This Queen Bee set is still available in the online store. Okay, you can still get it. So there you go. The rustic dots are smaller. Yep, they are. They are. You are correct. But Cherie was the first person, and she suggested copper. So let's do it. Let's do the copper. I think any of these would look really good. And I really like these rustic dots because I think they look very masculine to me. They'd be great for masculine cards. But the vote was copper, so let's go there. And I'm thinking maybe one here, and maybe one here, and a little guy just up here. What do we think? Do we like it? It's a bit out of the ordinary for me. It's not, I don't know if it's my normal style. Would you look at that card and think it looks like a card that I'd make? There's no vellum circles, none. Oh, and were we going to put in the leaf? We didn't. What do we think? Do we like the leaf? Or do we leave the leaf out? There was no, ended up being no decision about the leaf, whether we wanted green or whether we wanted vellum, right? Now there's a no there. So Cherie, I'm not sure what the no is for. Oh, you wouldn't think it came from me? No. No leaf? No leaf? Okay, we're not doing a leaf. All right. But if you did want to do a leaf, we won't do it. But if we did, that's kind of that would be how that would look. All right. But I think it covers up too much of that pot. You can move it more to the side like that. That would be better. But no, we don't need it. Okay. There you go. One card. Done. What do you think? Do we like that? Oh, the no, yep. Yeah. Yeah, nah. That's very Australian, that yeah, nah thing, isn't it? So if anyone knows that if someone says yeah, nah, does everyone know what that means? If you're not from Australia and you think, what the heck is all that about? The yeah in yeah, nah means yes, I heard what you said. The nah is the actual answer. All right. Popping these away. And moving that out of the way. All right, I am going to grab a piece. This will be a much quicker card, as the second one usually is. And I'm going to cut my piece of grey granite in half. I've just realised I don't have much grey granite left. I need to order myself some more. I thought I had more, but I don't. All right, let's just get some things out of the way here. I'm getting myself in a big mess. Okay, does anyone here know how to craft without making a mess? Because I just don't. I don't know how it happens, but I cannot craft without creating an almighty chaos. That's what I create. It turns out okay when I take photos of the cards. They look nice, but it's chaos in the meantime. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick some colors to put on here, and we're going to have a bit of fun. All right. So let's see. That's quite nice. That's not right. This is good. I think maybe not that one, even though I really like it. This is good. And that's definitely good. All right, so I've pulled out a few that I really like, and let's just see what we can do with them, because I think these will all go quite nicely on this grey granite base. So I need probably 5. So I'm thinking 1, 2. Do I want that one or this one? Maybe that one. 4, and then there was this piece. That piece there. So I'm thinking that that's where I want to go with these. And I'm thinking, let's go 9. And then I'm going to have about 2.5 centimeters or about 1 inch wide. Let's see. If I decide this is too wide or I don't like it, that's okay. I'm going to pop this one here. I'm going to take 1 here, and then we'll do 9. So they're all 1 by 9. By 9. So this is my quicker card tonight. I like this Moody Mauve. I'm having trouble deciding which is my favorite in color of the new colors. When I first saw them, I thought it's going to be boho blue because I love blue so much. But then when I saw them in real life, I decided, oh, Moody Mauve, that's beautiful. Maybe I like that better. And then at the very end, I decided Pebble Path is the bomb. So, yeah, I'm not sure which is my favorite. Pebble Path, I think, is going to get a lot of use. But Moody Mauve is the color I'm the most drawn to right now. All right, let's see how this looks and whether I've got too many, not enough, what's happening. All right, so I'm going to put these colors all together. It's an interesting mix of colors, isn't it? Like this. Moody mauve, yes, I know, right? Because in America they say mauve, not mauve. And my friend Susan and I have been laughing at each other because every time she says moody mauve, I laugh. I think she's hilarious. And then she thinks I'm funny because I say mauve. So, yeah, it's just a difference in pronunciation. We've got a lot of words like that. I'm married to an American, so we often have words that we do not quite agree on. Like, really, you say it like that? That sounds silly. And so on. And he thinks I sound silly and I think he sounds silly, but that's okay. That's fine. Another thing like that is the word niche. I say niche. My husband says niche. I'm like, niche, like itch. Really? But that's what he says. Because that's what they taught him to say. We're all different, right? Oh, that's okay. I'm still going to be letting you guys chat, Monique. My plan is, I haven't recorded them all yet, but my plan is to still record while I'm away. Okay, so well, before I go away, so that the recordings are still going to go up on a Friday night and a Sunday night, so you can all still see each other, because I know how much you enjoy each other's company. It's not just about me, I know that. And so the plan is for you guys to still be able to do that. I'm going to be recording in advance with some new products, some new ideas, and you can still chat to each other. I'm also hoping while I'm away, I have no idea what sort of time it's going to be, but I'm also planning that while I'm away, you guys, I'll be going live here and there a couple of times. I want to show you some of what I'm seeing and some of what we get up to. So I'm hoping to be able to go live. So look out for those. I will try and do that in my VIP group for my Australian colleagues and friends. And I'll definitely be doing it in my team if I can. But like I said, I have no idea what time of the day or night it might be, because I'll be all topsy-turvy and jet-lagged. So, all right. All right. How about that? How is that? All right. So I'm thinking I'm going to add a tag to this. What size tag will I need? Possibly this size, about that, or is that a bit small? That might be a bit small. Let me see, what's the next size up? So this one is the same. Oh, that's a little bit wider. I think that one might be better. Other than that, it's a big one, and I think that's too big. What do we think? So I'm thinking maybe the thank you, and I'm thinking for this, maybe I will go, actually, let me check my extras bits and pieces box. I might already have one cut. So I could cut one, but in case I have one cut already, sometimes I've got this cut, but that's too fat. I don't want that one. I want a thinner, longer one. It's not the right shape. I've also got one of these. That might be good. And then if we use one of these, though, we'll need to put some sort of twine or something through it. I've also got some other shapes. I've got, look, no vellum circles in sight. Although I could put a vellum circle behind here. Look, I could put a vellum circle and put this on top of the vellum circle. What do we think about that? Where are my vellum circle haters? Where are you? So that's a possibility. That would work. You don't like the Aussie maroon. That's funny. Oh, did we say French? Oh, how posh. I didn't know that. Ah, there you go. Yep. Mauve. I know. Mauve is a funny color name, don't you think? Yeah, because we say maroon. And what did the Americans say? Maroon? Is that how they say it? Do you think it needs to be vanilla? Maybe. In which case I'm going to have to cut it. See, I'm trying to get myself out of having to cut a die, but I certainly can cut it. Look, I have a vanilla in a circle, but I don't think we want a circle. Do we not want to? We don't want a circle in the middle, do we? Or do we? And I have got some other. See, I could do a vellum circle. Haha. Vellum circle with a vanilla circle. What do you think about that, Ellen? Is that better? Do we like that? Oh, you like the vellum circles. Good, Katrina, because I'm sorry, you're stuck with them. As long as you're following me, you're going to be getting yourself your fair share of vellum circles, because I can't help myself. Oh, we could colour the vellum. We could. That would be nice. That's a really great idea. Well, I don't know. It's not working for me, Lynn. I've got a bits and pieces box and my table still looks like a disaster area. I mean, I could swing the camera around and show you, but I'm too ashamed. I'm too ashamed to show you what it looks like. Ah, see, there you go. You've got to have vellum, I know. Otherwise, I'm going to have withdrawal symptoms and maybe you too. Or see, now Ellen made me use vanilla and now she's saying maybe not vanilla. I don't know. See, this is what we originally had. We had the circle with the white banner. I think maybe the white looks better because of the grey. I don't know. Oh, look, here's a tag. Here's a white tag. I knew I had one in there somewhere. And I could put that on there and then we could tie something through here like some linen thread or something like that. Oh, too many choices, guys. Don't you think there's too many choices? Goodness me. Cannot make up my mind. Somebody make up my mind for me. Please help me. Oh, and this is another of my favorite. This is another of my favorite dies. This is the one from the Lights Aglow bundle. You know, it's now called, is it called Lights Aglow? I think it's Lights Aglow, the dies. And see, that's really pretty. That's nice. We could put a vellum circle behind it. And I like somebody's idea of colouring the vellum circle. Here we go. I think I have a winner. I think this is what I want. We want this one because it's so elegant. And I'm thinking we're going to colour the vellum circle. What do you think? All right. Yep, coloured vellum. All right, so let's grab, I've got, let me see. I have got a little, these guys, so I don't know if everyone realizes we have both mini and normal. So the small blending brushes and the normal blending brushes. I find the little ones really great for getting into smaller spots. Really, really handy. And if you don't have a set of those, maybe throw those on your next order because they are super, super useful. Really, really handy. All right, I'm going to go in with my Pretty Peacock. As you can see, this one's been used for Pretty Peacock before. Sorry. And I'm actually going to, don't worry, that's very, very, got a lot of Pretty Peacock on it, but you're not going to see most of this. I'm just going to carry it to the outside and we're going to make this vellum circle, a Pretty Peacock vellum circle. I'm just going to move the colour around so it gets a bit more even. Oop. That's for a wonder. Whoops, and now I've got finger marks on it from where I picked it up. So you just want to kind of get it until it's as even as you possibly can. All right, so I'm going to turn that over and I'm going to put a couple of, actually before I do that, handle it really carefully because as you can see, you do get some finger marks on that. And with the Pretty Peacock again, I'm going to go in, let me get my boxes of stuff out of the way. And I'm going to grab my thank you that I had before because I really like this sentiment. Oh, now be careful with a long, here's a little tip for you. When you're using a long, skinny stamp, you've got to be careful, especially if your ink is very juicy, because it's very easy on a long skinny stamp to pick up extra ink. Okay, now you can be classy and use a Q-tip or a cotton bud or something to go around the edges to get that off. I'm, you know, not classy, and I'm just using my fingers. All right, so I'm going to put this just here in the middle, because it's lovely. I love this stamp. And then I'm going to grab myself some dimensionals, which are hiding under here. And we're going to pop those on the back. And then I'm going to line that up without handling my vellum circle more than I need to. And I'm going to pop that right there in the middle. Now on the back of this, I'm going to add a couple more dimensionals. And so this card is one stamp, but other than that, it's just DSP, and it's, oh, that's not wanting to stick on there because my vellum is still wet from the ink. It needs to dry a little better, but that's okay. It will get there. Oh, and I just had a thought what would look really, really nice with this. Oh, do I want to do it or do I not? I might add this later. I mean, it's okay as it is, but something else that arrived in my box today is this gorgeous, gorgeous. We've had this paper before. Some of you may remember this was a celebration offering. It looks like the glow mesh handbags of the 80s. Those of you that remember back that far. There's some gold and some of this like silvery champagne color. Now, this is the one I probably would use with this if I was going to add in some bling, because that looks really, really nice. The gold would work, but it's too brassy. Okay. I prefer this one. But we did have this as a celebration offering, but we never had the gold before. So the gold is new. Anyone else remember the glow mesh handbags? Oh my goodness. You're very, very welcome. It does need bling. So either I would think we put something like a little bit, like a strip of this maybe across the bottom here. That would look really nice. Or we add some bling in the form of some dots, some dotty bling. So I'm actually going to turn over. I don't want to make my blade go weird, and I'm going to turn over and cut this from the back because it's a bit sandpapery, and I'm going to cut this at about the halfway mark, so that's at around 3 inches because this is 6 by 6 paper. And then this piece would go right across here, and I would stick it down and then trim off the edges. What do we think about that? Do you like that? Would that be nice? It's very shiny. Oh, and the ink color jute would look nice too. Yes, this stuff. So we could do something with that. It's quite thick, so I don't know how I feel about tying it. In a knot, yes. In a bow, I'm not sure. So, but we also have my other favorite embellishment right now is these, which these are the in color dots. So the Moody Mauve would go, the Boho Blue would go, even though this is Misty Moonlight. The Copper Clay would go. Probably the Wild Wheat's the only one that might not go. It looks more gold, but the Pebble Path definitely would go. In fact, the Pebble Path is the color I probably want to use most on here. Let me just... Do we need the bling, the strip of bling, or not? What do you think? I think maybe we do. So let's... You know what? For this is how I like to attach this kind. If I'm putting on a strip, then this is what you want to do. You want to get your silicone mat out, and you want to get your seal, and you run this right along with the seal. Okay, that now means it's now sticky, and that's the easiest way. Okay, I'm just going to have it going across here. And then I'm going to get my scissors, which would have been much easier to do this before I stuck the label on, but hey, too late for that now. So we're just going to manage. Let me grab my paper snips, which have hidden themselves under here. And I'm just going to trim that in line with the actual, with the label. Actually, this way. There we go. That looks better. All right. And I'm still going to add the pebble path because, you know, nothing like a bit of overkill. Strip and gems. Yep, that's what I think too, Jody. All right. So I'm thinking maybe the pebble paths will over here. And these are like 3 sizes. That's the large one. Then I've got the medium, which I'm going to pop here. And the little tiny one, which I think I'll pop up here on the perfect, the pretty peacock, like that. And there we go. What do you think? Do we like it? So there you go. We did 2 cards with this brand new suite tonight. Just this one, mostly using the paper and to show you how nice the papers all look together. Don't they look good? And then this one to give you a bit of an idea of how to put the pots together, the little pot with the handle and how that goes on top of whatever other pot you want to have it on top of. You can make these any length. So if you don't want this one to be a really tall urn, you can bring it down and make it a shorter length. I just think they're fabulous. And I love this gorgeous wavy trim. That is super, super cute. One of my favorite new things, and I've been busting to use it. So I'm really, really happy with that. It turned out really nice. So there you go. All right, guys. So there you go. We did something really different tonight. I really like them. I hope you do too. I'm looking forward to having a weekend tomorrow afternoon. Don't forget that I have my craft along event. So that's at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So I'd love it if you join me. See you right back here. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, you'll be able to see me tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. We're going to make a gorgeous, gorgeous card. And we're using the Fresh as a Daisy suite. So it's basically an online class with the Fresh as a Daisy suite. I'll be making 1 card live. And then I will have alternate designs that you can either purchase, or if you were someone who ordered with me last month, you'll get those for free. Or if you're in my team, you'll get them for free as well. So see you all on Sunday night. I might be having a light one on Sunday night, just doing something quick and easy because it's Mother's Day. And if I don't see you all, for those of you who are out there, happy Mother's Day. I hope you have a beautiful day and get to do something you really love and enjoy, and get a little bit spoiled on Mother's Day. That'd be lovely. And that's whether you're a mother or you're just a mother figure in someone's life. Maybe you're a fur baby mother. Who knows? There's all different kinds of mothers. My own mother has been gone for a number of years now, but I'm still a mother myself, and I certainly have a lot of mother figures in my life. So I'd like to just wish everyone a beautiful day on Sunday. Okay, I hope to see some of you tomorrow, and we'll be back soon. Bye-bye.